Hello? 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 Hello, hello. Hello! I am here. I have arrived. It's stream day. You know what that means. It's me. Not gonna lie. Oh, hi mouse. I can see the mouse. Ooh. I wonder if I can hide that actually. Hold on. Capture cursor off. There we go. Whee! Alright. I'm gonna be real. I realized that I forgot to eat before stream again. So around 10 minutes ago, I was scarfing down bacon. Just like last time. You can tell I'm learning from my bad habits and attempting to become better at doing this. But anyway. Anyway. I also changed some settings for my microphone, so there should be less background noise now. And also, I changed a little bit of my model tracking, so it should be a little cooler now. You know? But anyway, today we finished the starters, and I went ahead and released a public version of the add-on, which is cool. You can get it on Modrinth, which I should probably add to the description of this. I'm gonna do that actually. Hold on. Um. Ah! Ah! Ten people downloaded the project. That's crazy. That's more than I thought would happen. Here. Boop, boop, boop. Uh. Uh. Boop. And update. Okay. So that should be in the description of Twitch and also YouTube. YouTube, I think, probably. You know what? I'm just gonna trust it. You know, we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it. Okay. Anyway, today we are gonna be starting on the first non-starter Pokemon for our add-on. Fun. We're doing the regional normal type. Less fun, but still cool because it's custom made, and I get to do stuff, and it's cool. Other than that, I don't think there's much to update on before stream, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go down here. Whoop, whoop. Where is it? Where is it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Hello, 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 hello. There it is. There it is. Am I a good I think I'm fine. Alright, here's our normal type. The raccoon man. His name is Mascudon. Mascudon the raccoon man. Excuse me. Okay. Alright. So I guess a little bit about this guy is obviously he's gonna be your common early game encounter, right? Some features, he's got a cool mask, and he's also an entertainer. The end of his tail's a microphone, and he yells into it, and it's really loud. And that's what he does. And then he can animate. He can I like this walk cycle. I forgot about it. It's silly. Look at it. Get his battle idol. Oh yeah, he gets angry when he's fighting. So we're gonna have fun with that when we do his battle animation. What else? Faint. He does kind of just keel over. This is a good faint animation, I gotta admit. Greatest cry. His like echoes it a little bit, I guess. Blinkies. Got all that. I'm very happy with this design personally. And we're gonna animate it, which is gonna be cool. We're gonna animate it more, I should say. So we'll start where we usually do. That being, what happened to, I'll start where we normally do, with that being ground. Run. Now question. Does this work for a walking anime? Or should we change this to the running anime? It's kind of both, honestly. He kind of just like wiggles. I have an idea though. I kind of want to just edit how this is already. Like we can change a few things, but the main like the doi is fine, I think. Question is it? Yep, okay. Yeah, that's about what I expected. It's gonna be all this. It's gonna be all this. Great, great, awesome. Love that. We'll just select all, copy paste down to here. There we go. Now the first thing I want to change is the tail. The tail's going to be much more like, he's gonna be running, right? So it's gonna be like, okay, that makes sense. Does that work? No, that's not connected. Okay. Okay, that works. Doop. And copy this, put it there. There we go. Now suddenly, it doesn't look as good. Which is fine. And fix it. Tail 2. This is oddly just like a very rigid tail. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll work with it. And a little up. No, not a little bit down. Whoop. Whoop. Look, we're already making progress. Now this tail, it can't really bend further than just like a complete straight line like that. However, I think it's fine if it just something like this maybe? Again, I should reiterate, this is just the rough kind of now that's a weird pivot point. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's not weird. What if I do that? Okay, not like that, like this. Okay, so I've determined that this tail needs more. Whoop. Whoop. Like that. Not like that, the other way. Okay. Ah! What happened? Where'd it go? There it goes. Okay, that's also not right. That's also... What did I do? Hello? Doop. No, it goes down. It goes down. Down. Now I'm realizing what else is the issue. And it's this. Whoop. Which software do I use? Hi, Millie. How are you? I use Blockbench to make this stuff. It's a very convenient tool for people who want to model things for Minecraft specifically. But you can use it for other things. I am good. That's good to hear. How about me? I'm doing great. I'm here modeling the first non-starter Pokemon of my add-on, and it's fun. You're also an artist? Ooh! What kind of stuff do you do? That looks much better. Now we need to exaggerate his walk. Use Photoshop After Effects. I have Photoshop, but it's not right for this kind of stuff, and I can do everything natively here. I use Photoshop for like my other art, my thumbnails and stuff. And I get it for free because I'm scamming a university into giving it to me for free. Design poster, logo, banners, and many other things. Neat. I actually, I just like to subscribe to this gracious VTuber. Hello, Armored Draco from YouTube. Okay, so I should update. So, have I tried Pokemon Bedrock on Bedrock Edition? No, I have not. Is that a thing? Thing for stream, I should point out. So, up until this stream right now, I've had both YouTube and Twitch chat on screen, right? Turns out, if you merge the chats like that, it's against Twitch TOS. So, I took YouTube chat off of the on-screen chat, but I can still read it, and I will still be able to interact with you guys over on YouTube. I hope that's okay, because it is the best compromise that I could make without getting smacked by the Twitch moderation team. By the way, where do I sell this? I don't sell it. It's just an add-on for Cobblemon, and it's on Modrinth, the latest version. You can download it. Nice. Yeah. I had to work with their team over there to get it posted because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Is this Cobblemon thing you're working on available for Bedrock Edition? No, it is not. It is a mod for Java. It's for Forge, Fabric, NeoForge. And it is... I have no, like, part in making the base mod. I'm simply making, like, a fan add-on, basically. That adds a bunch of Fakemon that I made with a few collaborators. Do I make logos and banners? No, I do not. I make dumb posts on Twitter. That's what I do. So, quick question, actually. In relation to what I'm making right now. So this guy's walking animation, right? And I want to make it separate from the running animation. I don't know if this is enough of a difference to tell that he's moving faster, or if I should add more stuff. If I have any logo or banner work, can I give it to you? No, I don't have any logo or banner work. I actually, like, just commissioned some, like, today. So... that person will be working on them. Interesting Fakemon. Thank you. Hi, Crimson Raptor. I'm trying to decide if I want to change his running animation to differentiate it more from the ground walk, or if this goofy, like, little pitter-patter is enough. You know? Like, maybe I could move his head down and, like... maybe not down. Maybe, like... this. He kinda looks like a hunchback now, not gonna lie. You made your fair share of Fakemon yourself? That's neat. Are they, like, actually modeled and stuff? Or is it just, like drawings? Either way, that's cool. What if... hold on. Walking, running. Something like that. Yes, models. Ooh! Can't draw to save my life. I do feel like that sometimes. At least not in the, I can't draw in the way that, like, actual artists just draw, where they, like, sketch stuff. Stream elements. I didn't even know stream elements could type in chat. What the heck? Alright. This kind of works for a running animation. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have 21 Fakemons currently. Nice. I got, like 20... the latest version that I have that's released, it has, 26, but I'm actually removing one of those because I don't like it. So, 25. 9 of which are starters. Same. Maybe if his head was, like, bobbing. Hold on, if I could change this. Excuse me. Do, do, do. Everyone say hi to Stream Elements in YouTube chat whenever he shows up, okay? Like, I genuinely did not know Stream Elements could be in YouTube chat. I'm gonna be real, I forgot I had Stream Elements. Although mine are based on your... See, that's fair, because, the roster that I have of Fakeamon, right? It's not done yet. And I don't know if it ever will be done, or like a completed roster. Because we have a lot of ideas, right? But, how it is it was me and a couple other people who prefer to remain anonymous for like privacy reasons, right? But we came together and we designed things. I modeled everything in Blockbench, right? And like all the Blockbench stuff I've done on my own, but like a lot of the like other stuff, like original concepts for Fakeamon and whatnot, were done by some friends of mine. Pokédex entries are fun, I will say. It's always a, the part that I do stress about the most of the Dex entries are just like adding enough stuff into them. You know, I want to make sure that I like give enough lore. That's what I was trying to do with my short series, right? Is just like give them more lore. Is that good, or do I want to invert it to where either his head movements like that? Honestly, I can't tell if that looks good. Blockbench is very fun for modeling stuff. I agree. Blockbench has... It's so, like, easy to pick up. Because you're not working with, like, complex shapes and, like, weird topography. It's all just cubes, right? And you just make the cubes bump into each other and move. Just add the name, the title, a small bit of info. Yeah. That's pretty much what I do. Although for the starters, I tried to add, like, kind of like their stories, right? Because they're special, right? I'm gonna call this a good running animation, honestly. I probably should check to see if it looks better inverse, though. Whoop. If I were to do that, and then fix these. Whoop. Like that. Now he's headbanging. Just look at Cobblemon. Yeah, dude, I don't think... Okay, I will never be as good as the Cobblemon devs at making Cobblemon as they are. Dude, if you look at their, like... If you... Their, like, designs... If you look at their animations, actually, they don't use keyframes like I do. They use math and equations. And it's so just like, oh god. It's so beyond me. What did I do? I did something wrong. Hold on. What did I do? Hello? He's like tweaking. Do you see that? He's like tweaking out a little bit. What did I do? What did I do? Something went wrong. Something is wrong here. Am I insane? Surprised Nintendo hasn't gone after him. Once they get done with Pal World, this is their next target. For real. Lucky for me, I don't make money from selling Cobblemon or Patreon, so that's cool. If I make money streaming, I can claim it was from streaming, and it has nothing to do with their franchise. And also, I don't use any of their characters. Dude, okay, I'm actually tweaking. What is happening? Hello? Okay, we're back here. They've been after Pal World for so long, I don't think they're winning. Dude, have you seen their new patents? Now you can't send out a creature and have it attack things in a video game, or you'll get smited by Junichi Masuda himself. Hey, that looks better. I don't know why that looks better, but it did. After I just redid it exactly the same. Oh well. Oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a done running animation, even though it's like very similar to the walk. It's whatever. Let's do the next one. Sleep. These ones are some of the easier. No. Don't make that sound at me, computer. Alright, sleeping animations are pretty easy to do. You kind of just whoop, and then you, well, not maybe not like that. You gotta kind of. How do I want to do Mascudon sleeping animation? They're the first. This is the first mon that I'm like. I didn't actually sketch out concepts before I started animating them. That won't stick. No way any normal judge will allow that to follow through. Nah, I'm safe here. If you could make a suggestion, sure. I'm open to suggestions most of the time. What if I just get him curled up with the tail? Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. I was kind of, I'm more concerned about like his leg positioning. I'm kind of just like, whoop. Yeah, you see the numbers behind me? You gotta love these coordinates right here. They're so cool when they do that. Ah! Okay. Sorry. I swear every time I stream, I just end up messing up, like, all of my tabs and just just like dropping them like spaghetti. With one box, it can be hard to angle them properly. Right. With the smaller models like these ones, it's harder to get their it's harder to pose them because there's a lot less to work with. What if I move this down? See, now his legs are clipping into him, and I don't know if I want that. Sleep. Nope. Sleep. We can always just, like, do that. And it would work, you know? Yeah, but they look good, right? It's so nice. We can kind of cheat with these models too, because it's like their legs don't have to be attached at a specific point. We can kind of move them around a little bit, especially with like bigger Pokemon. We're just gonna do that. Do that. Move you up a little bit. Boop. He looks so goofy. Currently working on an axolotl figure. Ooh. Whooper and Mudkip getting there, getting the third guy to complete the trio. Let's make his eyes closed real quick. How far do I have to move the eyes closed to make them? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna steal from the blinking animation. I'm gonna be real with you. Yoink. Sleepy eyes. It's a lot like Eevee in the sense it can evolve into different things in the base. You've gotten 2 forms, but you're stuck on the last 2. Ah. I hope you find a way to make it work in a way that you like. Because I've had that too, right? Where it's like where I have this really neat idea for a mon, and it's just like I don't know where to go with this. Or like I don't know where to go from here. And sometimes that's fine, because you can make it like a single Evo, but sometimes it's like, this thing is a child, it needs an adult thing. Mostly the typings. Yeah. Typings can be tricky sometimes. I know what it's like to like have a mon where it's like it could be 4 different things. How do you turn an axolotl into a dragon? Well, you start by making its like fins into like horn shaped. And then you take the fins and you make them into the horns, but still keep some of the fins. Sleeping animation, by the way. Here we go. Because the thing you did when it evolves, it loses its original typing. Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like, I actually was dealing with a similar thing yesterday, where it's like we have this cool design for Pokemon, but it could be like 5 different types, and they would all work, and we want all of them, right? But we don't want to make it so like it starts out as like these 2 types and then loses both of them when it evolves, because that's just kind of like what happened to my coverage. Like, I got this mon for its fire type. I don't want it to be a ghost, you know? And I guess trying to find like what works best in terms of like both lore and also like balancing purposes is important. Alright, let's animate this thing. We got its pose done. Animating sleeping animations is always easy. You only need one thing. Head goes up. Head goes back down. That's not right. Give me this. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. That. So the base form, it starts as water, but when it evolves, it'll change to say fire steel. See, that's the thing, right? It's like, if of course, like, if that's what you had in mind like the whole time, and like you're personally fine with that, then that's fine, right? I don't think for any of my mons I would do something that drastic per se. Maybe over time, like if it was a 3-stage, it would be like water, and then like water fire, and then steel fire kind of deal. Like maybe I would do that. But in terms of like other, like just like straight changing it from like a, because the mon I had, it was fire grass, right? And we were like, well, this thing could also be a ghost type or a rock type, so let's have it turn into a ghost rock type. And I'm like, cool idea, but also people are gonna see a... It's meant to be like... Oh, that's how you... Okay, that makes more sense. In that case, that is cool. Anyway. What was I even saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. I'm gonna be honest with you. Give me the cry. Give me the tail. Tail 4. Give me this. This seems cool to play with. Like, what if I just throw this here? And then I make it a little less. Nope. A little. Ah! A little less. And then it kind of. 4 possible evolution. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. See, that. When it's like that, I feel like the more changing typings is cooler, you know? I didn't know before, so I didn't have a point of reference. Also, I just realized the shading on the microphone, just like the top of it doesn't have shading because it's on top, which is funny. Anyway. The reason why his mic wiggles is because it picks up its loud snoring. Alright, next up we have... we have the attacking animations. That's a mic, yeah. He's like a aspiring, like, actor. So he yells and his mic picks it up and it gets very loud, and he has like a masquerade type mask. And it becomes much more apparent when it evolves. I have the models and textures done for those, but I still need to update the animations, which maybe we'll get to this stream if we get this all to work. Thought it was a little raccoon. Yep, it is. It's both. Dot. We need a physical attack. We need a special attack. Special. And we need a dot status. Whoop. Fair. Cool design. Thank you. This is one of the mons where I conceptualized this guy, right, on my own, and then one of the people I was working with made one of the evolutions, and then I made the other. By the way, it has 2 evolutions. It's a split evo because I figured that if it's going to be just like the forgotten Route 1 Pokemon, it should at least have something interesting, so I made it a split evolution, you know? And that's what we're working with here. With that being said, what should their attacking animations? I think, obviously... Okay, where's his eyes? Hello? Did I... Boop, boop. Alright. Boop. There we go. Me all these. Boom. 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 There we go. Okay. So now we have the basis for the attacking animation. What are we gonna do with this? Who knows? I'm thinking for the physical, he'll like back up a bit and then bite. And then for the special, he'll like yell and his mic will react. And then for the status, I never know what to do for the status ones. Can I be honest? I kind of just like come up with it on the spot every time. Let's see here. I guess, see, the most overwhelming thing is when you don't have, like, any point of reference and you just gotta go. So it's... He will jump back, like the... Oh. Like this. So... Boop. Boop. Get that out of here. Boop. And then he... Jump forward. Whoop. I'm guessing you don't have any pseudo-legendaries yet? No, not yet. We have concepts for them, but they're not modeled yet. And I won't be doing them for a while. I think in total, we have around, like, 150 concepts for Fakemon, and I've only modeled, like, 20-something of them. So, it's gonna be a long process, you know what I mean? Some of them don't even have designs. Some of them are just names and base stats and moves, you know? Jump, and then I'm actually gonna keep that here. That's a lot. Yeah, I know. And I figured, you know what? People might like to watch this, so I'm streaming it. Trying to make your own whole region? Basically, yeah. This, originally, it was supposed to be like an actual fan game until we realized that none of us knew how to code. So I'm doing this because I know how to do this. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Hold on. So he jumps, and then he jumps back. Wait a second. He's in the air. Is he in the air for all of them, or am I... Hello? What? I think I might be insane. Red Hope Pokemon don't see them and try to take them. You know, the funny thing about that, actually, the funny thing about that is, we started this back in 2018, right? And the first Pokemon I ever designed was a bug type named Roofant. And then in 2019, Pokemon released a Pokemon named Cufant. And it was like, huh. Hi, Exgami, how are you? I mean, sure, if you tried making this a game, Nintendo would see it and screech like a banshee. Rufus. But yeah, they still, I will hold it to, I will say in pride that I named a Pokemon Roofant before Nintendo named a Pokemon Cufant. And changed exactly one letter. I'm just gonna animate this fully before I do anything else. I just want to see how the movement looks. Oop. Oh god, okay. So the blue is backward, okay. Dang. Seep King. That name, Pseudo Legendary's first name is Ruffed Ball. Funny. What a coincidence. What if I do something like, yep, that's better. Jump. Although, I feel like this should be more like this, and this should be more like that. Like that. There we go. And then we do that. Kind of like that. Oh, speaking of that, I thought you said seeking. I'm like, what? This part's easy. You just make it so that he actually jumps. And then maybe... Actually, I don't know. That works for now, for just like the basic movement of the physical attack. Just lunge forward, you know? Yeah, my bad. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I'm just dyslexic sometimes. Let's do the rotation of the body. I think he's gonna go... Oh lord, what is that rotation point? Okay. You also remember once making fake ones based on the tailed beast from Naruto. Nice. I haven't watched Naruto myself, but my parents have, and they enjoyed it. So I have to assume that it, you know? That's 0 there. That, I don't like that one bit. Hold on. Whoop. I think this should be like that. Ah! Something like that. And then maybe I don't like this frame right there. Also got a completely other starter trio based on a bear, fox, and a... Nice. Starter Pokemon for this region. I say my region. It wasn't just made by me. They're based off of a horse and a red panda and a sheep. Although the horse kind of stops being a horse very quickly and becomes other things. How does this rotation look? Is it going to be hideous? Who knows? Yes, it does look hideous. Okay, cool. Awesome. Love that. Nice. Yeah. I already did, full... What, a centaur? No, he turns actually into a rhino and then a triceratops. I know, right? Exactly like a horse. I don't like how floaty he is at the end. You see how floaty he is? Maybe for the movement, I make this drop a lot faster. Like that. That's better. Yeah. No, hold up, you're gonna have to explain this. Cause, okay. So, the grass type starter line was designed by one of my collaborators. They said with the concept that, well, it's not actually a horse, it's a unicorn. So it has a horn, and it turns into a rhinoceros, which has 2 horns, and it becomes a triceratops, which has 3 horns. And lo and behold, since that day, the original grass starter design never changed because it was just perfect to start off with. That's a good lunge, I think. I think its positioning could be a little better though. Let's see here. For this, I think like where he kind of just like slides. Oh lord, okay, not like that. Kind of like that, maybe. See how it, on evolution standards that make no sense, right? Well, yeah, but like octillery exists, so no one can complain. uh, if you want to know more about them, I recommend checking out my short series on YouTube after the stream. Because I update it for every new mon that I create in Blockbench. And I at least think it's pretty cool. I've reached a much better lunge. That's much better. You're gonna have to at this point. Don't worry, right now it only covers the starters because this is the first non-starter that I'm like doing on stream. And I'm only gonna make shorts on the Fakeamon that I'm like completely done animating, you know? We'll do the head next. Where's his head? There it is. For here, we'll move the head like that. Back up. Fair, yeah. Don't like that. Why did I make it smooth? Am I dumb? Am I a dum-dum? And then this will be back to that. Whoop. That's like about right. Let's fix this up, make it not ugly. Okay, then a quick look at the grass starter, and yeah, it's cool. Right, told you. Maybe something like that. Maybe something like this. Whoop. You know what's funny? I could easily make a voxel model game on these. See, thing about that is it's a good suggestion, but I also don't know the first thing about coding. Yeah, I don't like how he moves his head down like that, actually. I'm gonna remove that. You know, I somehow made it 1,000,000 times better by removing a keyframe. You know, he'll just bite. He'll just bite. He'll just bite like that. Which will be made much easier by this. The fact that I can open his mouth. The joys of creating something like Game Maker, it's not hard to learn, not like Unity. Yeah. I had somebody come in and showcase a game that they made in Unreal Engine. And it looks super cool. And they're like, oh, I made this in a few hours. And I'm like, that's insane. Unity, you need like a PhD in it. Yeah. I've used Unity before. I can confirm that you need a PhD. And also you need a few screws loose because their policy changes. You're actively learning how to do 3D modeling in 3D Max. It's a pain. Is 3D Max different from like Blender and all those? Does it like have like more features or something? Because whenever I've heard people learning 3D modeling, I've always seen it being Blender, right? Alright, he munches now. We can do the tail next, I guess. Yeah, it names everything differently. Oh, okay. Just like a preference thing then, I guess. We can do... what is it? Tail. Tail. Boop. Yoop. Yoop. No one wants to pay to use a 3D modeling software. You know what? Also true. I was not aware that Blender was a paid service. Which, I mean, call me ignorant, I guess. Ooh, I don't know about that. Whoop. The 3D Max is a little easier to understand because the course Blender is 3D Max. Oh, okay. Okay. You know, I might be dumb. Just a little bit. Just a little dumb. There might not be anything between my eyes, on the inside of my brain, on the inside of my head. I don't like how fast that kind of like whips back. Boop. That's better, okay. Because we can then use the tail too. Like this. Don't worry, we all have a few screws loose. What's the fun in being purely sane? Exactly. I mean, look at me. I'm a femboy. How can I not have screws loose? There's that. That's the less shocking thing. Okay. The only thing I don't like about this model is that I can't bend the tail backwards the other way. I think the amount of colors going on my hair show more insanity than being a... Listen, this hair turned this color after the ship that I was in went through a weird patch of stardust, and I didn't have any say in it, but here we are. But just between you and me, sometimes when I'm not looking, like something behind me will just like start floating. And I look at it and I'm like, "What?" And then it falls. And I'm like, bruh. Alright, time to do the... I'm gonna actually make this more like that. I think it'll be the most obvious to see how the tail moves when I do this part of his tail. And then I'm not even gonna bother with that fourth keyframe because it's just gonna get blotted out from existence. So we're gonna do that. There we go. There's the tail movement. Now for the legs. The legs are always the hard part. Especially when with animations where there's a lot of movement like this one. And especially in things with more than 2 legs. I think here they go down. And then here they go back up. What happened? Okay. Maybe? No. They go back down here. Yeah! 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 Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. And then like this. Not gonna lie, you would choose the grass starter. Very fair choice. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't ask me to pick one because I literally cannot. I like them all equally. So no one in chat's allowed to ask me which starter's my favorite. The fire one is nice as well. I like all of them. I think they're all very nice. Fun fact about the water one, his original design was just like... Not so sure about the water one. That middle stage is hard to get past. Hey man, he's just a guy. He got a Minecraft diamond chest plate. Let's do 22 and a half. 22 and a half. The original design for the water type starters evolutions is funny because it was literally just like Bublam, the baby one, but bigger, and then Bublam, but bigger again and with 4 legs instead of 2. And I'm like, that sucks, so I changed it. Wait. That works for the rotation, the animate. You know what I mean, that works for the rotation of the legs animation. There we go. To be honest with you, I could have definitely just... Actually, no, I couldn't have. I was gonna say I could have definitely made the front legs one thing and then the back legs one thing, but no, that wouldn't have worked. I remember one of the fire starters you made was a fire poison type that had a tail with a poison blum on it. Bulb blum. A poison blum. No, it's a blum. It's not a bulb. It's a blum now. You did this. Alright. Time for the back legs. I'm gonna do the rotation first on the legs. They're gonna go back 25. Ah! 25. That doesn't look right. I take it back. They don't go 25. They go forward. 12. Like that. Stop that. There we go. Oh my lord. Okay. It's meant to be piranha plant. So there's a tail. It's just the tail just had a mind of its own, biting the main body when hungry. It's like my fire type starter, but backwards. Alright. I'll do 55. See how that looks. 55! Whoop, whoop. I should make these smooth as well, actually. Like that. Evolved as it grew more tails, and by the end it had 3 annoyed tails. I would have liked this. That sounds fun. Do, do, do. And then we can put that there, and then like that, and like that. Restream. Restream is so incredibly exposing me right now. How do I turn that notif off on Restream? Still have the model, just nothing done with it. Ooh, okay. Nice. This is looking pretty complete for an attack animation, honestly. E-attack. I think the reason you stopped was you didn't have a theme for them, so it's just random stuff. Yeah, that happens a lot with Mons. You have to come at them with, like, I don't know. Because a lot of the time when I design a Pokemon, it's just like, what if we need to fill this slot in the dex because we don't have one of these yet, right? And that leads to a lot of just like, what do I do to expand on this Pokemon specifically? You know? And it leads to a lot of just like things that I want to do but can't do because it wouldn't fit the theme of that like thing that I need to make. It's like we have a 3-stage fighting line that just has names, right? Which number is this guy? Right now he's number 10 in the dex. Subject to change until I make the short about it. Which will be either today after stream or tomorrow. After Minecraft Live. By the way, Minecraft Live's tomorrow. Almost forgot about that. I can't wait for them to reveal nothing. I think, okay, so for this animation, for his yelling animation, I kind of want to do a little something called a stateful animation. What that is when you have a stateful animation, instead of replacing the current animation entirely, for example, so the physical attack will be a primary animation, right? So you've got your battle idol, right, which is a pose. But then you have a primary animation. What a primary animation does is it takes that pose and replaces it entirely with this, right? That's what a primary animation does. However, if you use a stateful animation instead, the animations will instead be played on top of each other at the same time. And you can use that to make some cool, like, variants. It's how they do a lot of, like, gimmicks, or, like, idle animations. Like, quirks. If you know what quirks are in Cobblemon. Like how Porygon Z is, like, constantly, like, twitching all over the place. Those are stateful animations, because they're played, like, on top of the existing stuff. And that's what I'm gonna do for the special attack. I'm just gonna have it play on top of the battle idol. Because the idea I have for it doesn't necessarily require a full new animation, so I'm gonna save myself the effort. What do you say? Yeah, ever since the drops moved to... or they moved the drops to Minecraft Live, it's been less interesting. I feel like the smaller updates, like, I'm fine with, right? But it's just the fact that they don't add, like, it just means they have less stuff to report about during their events, and it just makes the events feel way more empty, in my opinion. Like, remember when the Nether update got announced? That was like Jesus' second coming when that happened, right? And then since then it's just been like, we added bookshelves, You can put books in them and they're cool. We made crafters. You can craft things automatically now. And I'm like, sure, that's cool, right? But it's also like, that's the only thing they show for the entire, like, hour-long thing. And it's just like, bruh. I'm going to make this look better now. Let's do that. That. He yells now. I should definitely be longer though. Hold on. Whoop. Whoop. Or like that. And like that maybe. And then his mouth will open here. Just like that, and we'll Bezier it. I mean, glad copper is getting used, but I don't know how. I don't know there to. They no, the updates don't get a chance to shine. Yeah, it's also the fact that they made the updates not like 1.22, 1.23, and instead made them like the minor updates now. And it's kind of just like, where's my big, huge content drop? Which, I mean, fair, if they don't want to do it that way anymore, fine, more power to them. But like, they kind of lost a lot of the magic. At least in my mind. Yeah, I don't like that. Whoop. Then there's the fact they add something that's useless for a good while. Yeah. My fletching table, my beloved. Yeah, copper was useless for a while, right? But ever since it released, right? I had full faith that they would add more stuff for it, just because of the fact that it's like an ore that you can put into an ingot. Like back in the old days, like they had gold, right? Gold has like almost no uses besides tools and block, and then now look at it, it's got so much more stuff you can do with it. Kinda the same thing with iron, although iron has been a staple for longer, I guess. And I'm sure if they add any more new ingots or ores like that, it'll be the same case. Well, it'll start out being like, you can craft lightning rod for 1 achievement, and then later on it'll get more stuff. They kind of did that with honey as well, and like honeycomb. This boop. By the time you get copper armor and gear, you would have iron. Yeah, that's the one thing I really don't like, is the copper tools and gear, because they said specifically that they weren't going to make copper tools and gear because it would be redundant, and then they did it anyway. Why is his head tilted like that? Hello? Why is it? You see what I'm seeing? Let's rotate it back 5. 1, 5. 5. Just so that it compounds with the existing animation already. Yeah, I agree copper should be used more for redstone than anything. Hold on. I want to do something actually. Now that because literally this is all that we need to do for the special attack animation, plus a, one more thing actually, this. I'm gonna add the wiggle. Oops. Where's the wiggle? Fry. Special. Where's tail 4? There it is. I'm just dumb. I'm also going to extend it, the wiggle. Whoop, whoop. Now when he yells, it's like, "Wah!" You know? Giving us a way to do redstone quad or something, or why not do this thing that mods have done where they use coppers to let redstone go up walls like 2 or 3 blocks up. See, that would be neat. I think more, just like how they did with the copper bulb in allowing contraptions to become just like smaller. I think making ways to just like compact your machines would be good. Like they don't even have to add like new like functionality to things, just like a way to make things smaller, you know? I'm sure we're all familiar with the infamous 3x3 piston door that's 1 block in depth. And I like seeing stuff like that, because it's just like cool to watch the community come up with these. Alright. That works for special attack animation, honestly. Because this will just be compounded on top of this. So it'll kind of already be animated the rest of the way. Not sure that could be any smaller. I guess I did give a bad example for like just a little bit. Alright. What should the status move be? The status animation, let's say. Because that needs to be there. Okay. Because a lot of animations that aren't in the actual games anymore. They used to do like in Gen 6 they would do like animation. They would do more than 2 animations per Pokemon, you know? And what that would, and like starting in like Sword and Shield or something, they just stopped and they gave every Pokemon 2 animations, one for physical, one for special. And then Cobblemon came back as like, no, we can do better. We're gonna add the status animations back, so they did. And I don't know what my status animation should be for any mon, because I didn't know they exist originally, so I didn't have any concepts for them pre-planned out. Wait, Pokemon had animations? I know, right? It's crazy. Love to see more villager types. More villager types would be cool. You know, a lot of people want to see that beekeeper villager. A lot of people want it, Mojang. Sorry. Swedish company, I know. What I think would be funny would be a copper villager that trades you copper and he goes to a copper chest. Or maybe even a crafter that's like, he does like redstone based trades if you put a crafter near him. Or a dispenser or something like that. Anyway, what should his I'm open for suggestions for a status attack. What should it be? For reference, I'll pull up some other guys for reference. Here's this guy. His static animation, or his status animation, is literally just he cracks his neck. You know? It can be something as simple as that. Oh yeah, Redstone Villager. Yeah. I think Redstone, they started doing like they started giving attention to Redstone back in like the wild update with the ancient city. And then since then it's just like, here's a side thing that we will make no note of, but it's the most advanced and coolest part of the game that we never actually elaborate on and just add to the side because people like it, and then never, you know, never acknowledge it in game. You have no idea what a status attack is. Status attack is like Tail Whip or Cotton Guard or Stun Spore or Rest or anything like that. Any attack that is that gray symbol instead of the red explosion or the blue water drop. In terms of what their icons are in game. I feel bad for the Twitch viewers because they have no idea what I'm saying, who I'm talking to, because you're not on. Oh no. You do something with the mic. Yeah. I was thinking like, have them speak into it. Well, I did that for the special though. For the special, he yells into the mic, and then he like echoed voices, right? That's what I had in mind, like hyper voice or echoed voice or like disarming voice, one of those moves, right? For status, like tap it on the ground like a mic. Dude, okay, that's actually smart. Hold on. Let's see if I can make that work, because the coordinates are not going to be happy with me, because look at this. This is gross. Or maybe I'll just tap it behind him, like bing, 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 bing. That would be easiest, honestly. I guess, yeah, I could run with that. Just like, I would just have to angle it so that it's like believable. But is easy better? When it comes to me, yes, because when I try to do complicated things, I often can't make them look good. Like my original idea for a Shoram attack, like physical attack, where he would like shoulder check the opponent, and I just could not make it work at all. I tried. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. And then it'll be like that, so. And then I'll go, ah! And I'll go up a little bit. That's not what I want. And then up a little bit. And then, no. Up a little bit. And then up a little bit. No. Up a little bit. So he'll go like, bam, bam. That's too much time between things. I like that. And then we gotta make them all Bezier so they're nice and acceptable to the public. I might angle it down a little more. Like that. And then like that. That doesn't look good. What if I, like, actually delay the animation instead of just making it one single frame? That would be nice, right? Surely that would look better than what we have. They're not. Am I looking at the same screen as y'all? These are not lined up. There we go. We can go a little lower for that. You know? I wonder what that would look like if we made it stateful. I honestly am kind of tempted to just make this stateful and just roll with it, but also I'm not. So I'm actually not gonna make it stateful. Ping, ping. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna take the battle idol and I'm just gonna overlay it on top of this. Leg, 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 leg. Leg, leg, leg. Leg. Leg, 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 leg. Whoop. And then we do the same for the body and the head. The body and the head. The body and the head. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. Did you hear that? Alright, I'm also gonna move you back to there. But it's technically 2 seconds. What happened? Am I a dumb? Yes, I'm a dumb. Okay, cool. Does his head also bob like... Yeah. Maybe he'll look back as well. Head. So he'll like... Here. Kinda like that. You know? No, just select one for now. There we go. 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 Maybe I should move that. There's a status move, just like that. Crimson, your idea was great. This actually works very well. And then after that, I think there's only one animation left, if I'm not forgetting any, and that would be the recoil. The recoil. The recoil. Get Torovis out of here. What's he doing? Actually, wait. I need Torovis. Hold on. I need to steal his animations, because the recoil's just the same for every mon. It's just... Bring up all animators. Jarvis, bring up all animators. You're good at coming up with ideas sometimes. That's true. You are good at coming up with ideas. Soup, head, body. I need to make Mascudon dot recoil. You can go there. And then I do this the correct way because I mess this up every time. And then body. Like that. You could do that with your own Cobblemons. I'm sure you can. It just takes time. Remember, I started this project 7 years ago. So, don't feel bad if you can't come up with good stuff immediately. I'm also gonna steal from his blink. I need eyes and eyes closed. Oh, and eyes angry as well. I need all 3 of them. Like this. Modeling I'm good at. Animation's not so much. I'm kind of the same way. I'd say I'm like okay at animating. I'm nowhere near the level of like the pros, but I'm like I am good enough to where it doesn't look like garbage. And there's the recoil. Just like that. Boom, boom, boom. Bada bing, bada bop, bada boom. Isn't that something? Now comes the fun part. You might be thinking, what's the fun part, Neon? What are you talking about? The fun part is adding the things to the actual game. And we do that with this cool file called a poser file that I can bring up right here. There it is, above my head. This is the file that tells the game when to assign certain animations, and if there's an error in it, the game will crash. So you want to make sure there's no errors, or the game will crash. And it's especially risky on stream, because if I open a Minecraft like client on stream, it'll crash the stream, which I learned that the hard way. So we're gonna do our best here. And the easiest way to get animations to work is to take an animation that already exists, for example Furly, and just steal the code from here and then put it in the other one. Because what better code can you use in a game than a code that you already know works? And then you just rename everything. Okay, and then we're gonna make the status primary. We're gonna make the special into a stateful animation. And then we also need to make the sleep, which is just this, comma, down, like that. Changes to Mascudon. I forget to change this one every single time, I swear. Sorry, you can see that. I just forget to change this every single time. It's so annoying. Can I... Hold on. I don't want to make it so big that you can't see it behind me. There we go. That's like about what I'm willing to go for. Looking back, you've done models for 5 of the 10-tailed beasts, each with 2 stages. That's actually really nice. That's a lot of models. I know from experience that sometimes making the model is the longest part, not even the animating. And you'll see that when we get to like later on models, especially Torovis. Torovis is one of my most complicated models. Not the most, but he's up there. There is one single mod that is more complicated than Torovis, and I spent like a full day modeling it. And I'm very proud of how it turned out. That's the sound of me running out of water, so after we implement this, I'm gonna go on a water break. Alright, let's run this through a JSON checker real quick. Boop, 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 boop. JSON is valid. Alright, sick. Awesome, love that. Now, we have to do one more thing, because I didn't do this before stream like I normally do. We have to go here. Here, you can't see this because it's my file explorer. Dang, I even give most of them shiny forms. Nice. All of the mods that I have created do have shiny forms. I just don't want to spoil them. That's for y'all to find for yourselves by downloading the add-on in the link in the description. It's on Modrinth. You can find it there. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here's Mascudon's data file. This is where we like change the data pack side of things, because the game reads the data pack files and the resource pack files separately. But the variable that makes a Pokemon able to sleep is on the data pack side, so we need to change the data pack side, which means we'll have to reload the Minecraft world, which should be fine, I think. I just have to find a mon that can already sleep and take behavior. I'm just gonna copy the whole behavior thing right here. Copy. Move it to Mascudon behavior. Ah! Boop. Check for JSON deficiency. Does your data pack have JSON deficiency? With this new medication. Alright, JSON is valid. Cool, awesome, love that. We should be able to go here now. Oh, by the way, here he is in game. Hello, 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 hello. That was no, I did not pause the game immediately after making the YouTube thumbnail for this. You're mistaken. You're mistaken. I wouldn't be that unprofessional, would I? No, no, no. I was just saying hi to him. Finding a shiny is near impossible. Yeah, I don't think I've... Okay, I found one shiny in Cobblemon, and it was a Nincada, so I was lucky there, because that means I got 2 shinies. But it has not happened since then, and that was a long time ago. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Okay, we need to go here. So I'm actually implementing a new version of the resource pack, or the data pack, the pack itself. It is now Neon's Fake Dex, version 2.8.3, because this is a new version we're working on. Whoop, get rid of that one. The Shukanon Cobblemon I made based on the One Tails. Is that its dex entry? And then we also have to go here into my file manager and change the data pack in the thing to Neon's Fake Dex. Now, I haven't tested this yet, updating a data pack in-game. So we're gonna see if my stream crashes when I do this. Boop. Okay, so my music paused for a second. That's a good... No. What we have to do is we have to /reload and hope the game doesn't shit itself. Okay. Save and quit. Open world again. Wow. I think my stream's lagging a little bit. But now he should be able to sleep. First test to see if the new data pack works. You see, give Cobblemon. Okay, successfully I have removed the mon that I want to move, and it didn't break anything. Yay! That doesn't mean it works, though. That doesn't mean it works. Like, if I had that mon in my party, it might have blown up my computer, but we don't know that. Did I time set noon? Or am I insane? I am insane. YouTube stream not lagging? That's good. Alright, so we have this guy, right? We're gonna go ahead and teach him a move. Me to rest. Just so that it's easier. So here's this guy. We didn't change his walking animation, so his walking animation's still the same. Oh, hey, it's another guy that I haven't modeled, that I haven't updated yet. Look at him go. We're just gonna fight something. How about another Mascudon? On Cobblemon. Yeah. Level equals 15. Fight me. What? There's another one over there. Did you see that? There's another one over there somewhere. Anyway, they're angry at each other. Now, I didn't give him rest, which is fine. We need to see if the animations work. His animation works. The animations work. That's good. Who will win this fight? With pesticide. No, he's my child. I win this time, Mascudon. Yay! The animations work. Now, the hardest part is always the sleep, getting the sleep to work. So we're gonna test that next. Come here, where's the other guy? Hello? 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 Did everything around me just despawn? What happened? There he is. Come here. Rest. Don't mud slap me. Does he sleep? He sleeps! That means the animations work. Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! I'm screen capping this. This is nice. Alright. Now we get the frick out. Alright. So that's basically everything for Mascudon. He's all set and ready to go. And we got that done in 2 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad. Adorable, right? He's like Rattata, if Rattata was like photogenic. I think next we're going to evolve this guy into what we're going to be animating next. I have no idea how to do the coding part. See, that's the cool thing. The official Cobblemon website has a full tutorial, like step-by-step walkthrough on how to do everything, and it has reference files that you can literally just copy and paste and then edit a little bit to fit what you need. But anyway, here's the evolution. We got a Raptor on our hands. This is what we're gonna be working on next. I'll somehow mess it up, I bet. I know. Yeah, it does take a few tries to get used to it. But once you know what you're doing, once you get a few of them fully down, it becomes way easier. Love how they did the evos in this game, dude. The evos were so they originally they were so bad, and then they made them peak. Like, this is just like the absolute best. Anyway, here's our evolution that we're going to be working on after the break, because I am going to go very quickly use the bathroom and refill my water. And I will be back in a couple of minutes, so enjoy the music and the BRB screen while I go. Okay. Be right back. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm here to say, after the intermission, that if you're watching on YouTube and you like what you're watching, you should subscribe. And you should also come over to my Twitch channel and follow me there, because I'm trying to reach Twitch affiliate, and every follow over there helps me to reach that goal. And then also, I have custom emotes on Twitch as well that you can use in chat if you're followed over there. Welcome back, thank you. Love the scrolling stuff. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna be honest. It was a last minute idea, but it turned out very good with the scrolling decks. All right. Back to this. Is that a monocle? No, it is not a monocle. It is. So, if you ever look up like a masquerade mask, they always have like the little handle that you can hold to keep to like put the mask up to your face while your hand is down at like your side. All right? What just happened? See that? He's tweaking out. There he goes. That's normal though. But this is literally, it's just like a handle that a normal person would use to like hold their mask up, except it kind of just hangs off the side for him. Anyway. So here's Thorobus. There he is. I just still have him around. Let's go back to here. Actually, hold on. Bum 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 sorry, I'm opening the new model. Be patient with it. Whoop. Whoop. Aha. And here, and here, and here. Why? Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna show OBS on the stream. You're gonna see something very weird. Why is he up here? Why is he up here? Why is he like up and to the side? What happened here? Why? Hello? Why he like that? Why? What's he doing up there? What's he doing? He's like not in the right place at all. So the cool thing about this model is that actually we're going to be able to use the exact same animations for its split evolution because they have basically the same model with all the joints and stuff. Which actually, speaking of which, I'm just gonna open the other version now. Hold on. Y'all probably want to see what the other split evolution is, actually. I'll show y'all. Boop. Yeah, Pokemon. 20. Boop. So the cool thing about this split Evo is that it is based entirely off of the Pokemon's gender. If it is a male, it evolves into a Raktor. However, if it is a female, it evolves into a Raktress. They're basically the same, except one of them's a physical attacker and the other's a special attacker. And I think they make a cool duo. But they use basically the same model, so we can use the same animations for both of them, which is very convenient because that means we might be able to get both of them done this stream. At least for some of the animations. I might change the physical and special stuff, but it depends on how long it takes. Because I would like to wrap up in like around an hour and a half, maybe a little longer, so I don't want to spend too There's also the chance that we could come back to it later. Let me come back here. Ender rolls in my Pokemon game? Don't think too hard about it. Alright. And then import animations. Eee. Somebody's messaging me. Alright. Boop. Here's the other one. Here's Raktress. Which, some reason, is not nearly as lopsided. Weird. Anyway. We should start by just doing the running animation. Which should be definitely straightforward. Dot round run. Okay, we'll move him up to his Sky Fortress now, I think. That hello? That didn't hello? Why did that I'm so confused. What happened? Copy. Paste. Why did it work that time? I don't understand. I'm not gonna question it at all. I'm just gonna run with it. Alright. Move his head like here. What is the wait, what rotates when he okay, cool, awesome, love that. I'm gonna do 5 and then 5. Like that. Be a 1 second loop, that works. Here. Like that, no? I don't like Z fighting. Fix that by that. Let's, before we do that actually, I'm going to move this here. That. And then do that. There. That's like base of this move. Okay, so I realized I'm stupid. It needs to be like this. And now, oh gosh, we need to fix this, because... Yeah, just a little bit. And then we can just copy this and paste it. Yippee! Fixed. Smoothen that out. Oh. Bum bum ba-dum bum. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. That. That. Legs are putting in work. Maybe I could even... like that? Copy, paste. That works much better. Then I also have to... I'm dumb. Gotta move these over point 2. Type B. That. That. Like that. Like that. Like that. That. There we go. Now we gotta do the same for the back leg. Okay. You do like 15. And here it could be like 30. 30. Up. Forward. What is this? 7.5. Okay. 7.5. I'm also gonna actually move back. That. And then we're gonna rotate 20. Whoop. And I'm just gonna Bezier the are now and then copy and paste them so that here. Because what is this? Let's be real. Whoop. And then, yeah, what happened here? It's just that, and like that. Now we copy paste. My favorite thing. And now he runs. Now he runs. Now he runs. Yippee! We got walk and running. The walk is always so goofy. It's so funny. Run. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, that's good. I like that. Hold on. That's a very good run. I think it looks cute. Maybe a little bit. This guy's supposed to be themed around like rock or punk music. They're tricksters. Which I guess the two subjects don't necessarily correlate, but you know. This. Like this, that, boom, 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 boom. To be fair, you find anything cute? You know what? That's fair. Find the xenomorphs cute. I don't see. Thing about that is, I've like thought about playing Alien Isolation despite it being like known as like one of the scariest games, because I just don't find the xenomorphs intimidating. Maybe it's the memes about them. But like if xenomorphs weren't trying to kill me, I'd like go to a restaurant with one, you know? That game will make you rethink everything. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it'll maybe it'll reinforce my beliefs. The way they did the AI for the alien is scary good. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's like super in-depth and whatnot. Oh, and if anybody's wondering, the way I'm doing the tail is I'm going to set all of the points up on their own, and then I'm gonna stagger them after I make them all smooth. But these do look all smooth, so we're gonna stagger them now. You get one blind AI that knows the layout, and the second one that tries to tell the alien where you are. Oh, that's actually cool. Basically two AIs controlling the one alien, with it even going back to double check. Dude. You're just making me want to play it more. Not that I'd probably play it on stream for a while, because I do this. I haven't really thought about getting into like actual like let's play streams. Whoop. that. That's easy. Whoop. I kind of want to make this or just like straightened out like that. Are these actually? No. Okay, hold on. Running animation. And maybe I can rotate this down a little more, honestly. Like if I move it in like that. Whoop, 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 whoop. The raccoon chase. That's a good running animation, I think. We will go ahead and move this over to Ractress. Because I'm pretty sure I can just copy paste. Ah! Dot. Round. Run. Because yeah, it has the same, Doot, 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 doot. Like if I just do this, okay, it doesn't work, but if I just take these and copy paste the keyframes, like that, boom, it's the same. It's cool. Now we gotta do the legs. Boop, boop. Leg 1 and leg 3. Copy. Okay, nope. Paste. Paste. There we go. And then leg 2 and leg 4. Like that, like that. We got that. And now we gotta do, what else? The head and the body. Head. Boom. Body. And then we have to change the body's positioning to match this. Nope. To match this. Ah! What did I do? I think the most annoying part about modeling is the color step. I like the color step. It's challenging, but it really brings character to the mods. You know what I mean? Anyway, here's Rack just running. See how easy that was? Boom. Boom. They're just the same mods, just gender. They're like Nidoran and Nidoran, you know? Excuse me. Jesus. Bitch. Okay. What's next? Sleep? It's more when you're making two different textures. You mean like for the shinies? Sleep. Why did I set that to play once? Hold on. Loop. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Yeah. Shinies, I literally, what I do for the shinies is I just take the texture file, put it into just like a pixel editor that's like an online pixel editor, and just paint bucket it to change the colors. It's the easiest way that I know to do it, at least. What the hecky? 0.5. 90 degrees. Head down. Sleepy. 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 B12. Sadly for me, I end up forgetting where each texture goes on the model. That can happen. That's why you make that's why you make the fully regular one first, and then take the texture map file, like the PNG file itself, and then copy and paste it for the shiny. Can I select the other leg, please? What's going on here? Boo-boo-boo. Dude. Blink. Eyes and eyelids. Oh yeah, that's another thing about Raktress that Raktor doesn't have, or that Raktor has that Raktress doesn't, is that, Raktress doesn't have the angry eyes in her battle. Right? Whereas Mascoon and Raktor do. That's one of the differences in their models that what the hello? Why hello, what? Why is that the way it rotates? Am I insane? I'm not insane, right? That shouldn't be the way that rotates, right? What? Hello? Why? What is happening? You saw that, right? That like completely like exploded. Why is this happening? I don't understand. Why is that happening? Why is it going diagonal like that? It didn't do that for the front legs. Hello? 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 What's happening? The leg just like snaps. Like, why did it go that way? Why did it just like... So you rotate it this way, and then you rotate it back, and it goes a different direction? Hello? You're right, I am going insane, because what is this? You're seeing this too, right? I'm rotating it around one axis right now. What is happening? Where even is it? Where'd it go? What's happening? What's happening to my thing? What if I edit directly to Z? What? What? What if I do 45? Ha. What is happening? What if I do the Y? 90. Huh? 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 Why is it doing that? Why? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. Life finds a way. This raccoon has 2 broken back legs, apparently. I mean, we might as well just leave it like that, because I'm afraid to touch it now. It's like what? Whoop. And it's gonna do the same thing for this one, so I'm just gonna type in the coordinates. There we go. Look, boom, done. Easy. And then I'm also going to try and do this. What if I do 45? Not 945. 45, like the number. What if I do 65? 65 is more reasonable. 65. 65. Yay! It works! And for some reason that works. Why are... Hello? There we go. Okay. So, why are the eyes open now? Hello? Chat, you're witnessing it real time. I'm going schizo right now. Alright. Tail. Actually, before tail, I'm gonna do a little something called copying this over to Ractor after I move the head up and down one. Alright, why is my timeline doing this? Yeah. Blockbench is imploding in real time. You're witnessing it. There we go. There we go. Sleep. We can... There we go. There we go. Look. It's peaceful now. Whoop. There we go. Technically humans are... Hi Sasquatch, how are you? What does that mean? What do you mean technically humans are clankers? Sorry, pardon my French. What does that mean exactly? It isn't Twitch's best Cobblemon 3D artist. Hi Ladens, how are you? Animation dot rec 4 dot sleep. There we go. I'm good. What about you? I'm doing pretty dang well, if you ask me. We finished up this guy's animations earlier in stream. And then now we're working on his 2 evolutions, which is a split evolution, but they have basically the same model, so we're doing both at the same time. What if one isn't human? I don't know. I don't know. And also, Ladens, since you're on Twitch and probably don't have context, I had to remove YouTube chat from on stream because it's against Twitch TOS to merge chats. So I can still see them and interact with them, but they won't appear on Twitch end. So it's a little scuffed. But if you want your messages to show up on stream, you should go over to twitch.tv/neonriftborn. Because then you'll get to interact and it'll be on the stream VOD. Hello, other people, yes. Calcium's a form of metal. We have nerves that act as wires to transmit information to your electrolyte. You know, when you put it like that way, yeah, I guess humans are clankers, huh? But, y'all missed the scuff that we had with this guy and their legs, because look at... Hold on. Okay, well now it doesn't want to work. Why? Okay. I guess, never mind. You know what? Forget about it. I'm not even gonna. I just realized I need to move this up to where it should be. Rector. Head. That's not right. There we go. No, I'm not made of bolts. I'm no clanker. I'm not made out of tin. You can't tell me I'm a clanker if I'm not made of tin. I'm actually gonna rotate his head the other way. Hold on. Hello? Okay, I actually don't know what I'm doing. Whoop. 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 There we go. And then... Hello, please. Now, we don't call clankers stupid just because they're clankers. We can still call them clankers, though, because it's kind of a funny word, even if it is meant to be mean. And I don't like being mean. So would it be more ethical to clanker or clanka, non-derogatory? I don't know. Whatever they say is okay. Ah! Go back. Okay. We need the eyes. We need the eyes. That's right. We need the eyes. Where are my eyes? There's my eyes. Boop. Boop. He sleeps. Now we just need the rest of it to be accurate. We'll do the legs next because they're easy. Where's the legs? Boop boop. Excuse me. Anyway, I can't stay, but just remembered down with the clankers. No. Let me pull up ChatGPT real quick. Man. Hello, Aidens. I hope you have a great rest of your day. But we can be friends with clankers. I don't see why we have to go down, like, you know, I don't see where we have to be against them. This ChatGPT is gonna take my future job. See, reading this, I feel uncomfortable reading these in chat because it's like these are just like If you said this about a person, like, you'd be on, like, the front of a news story. I don't think we should. Alright, here we go. There's the sleepy that I remember. We seem to forget that AI is stupidly strong. It's because it's not. Can we stop talking about clankers in my chats, please? Can we change? Can we pivot to a more positive subject? As you wish. Thank you. Thank you. I hope YouTube chat will agree. What was I doing? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember. The body. This. And then I move it down 4 pixels. 4 pixels. And 4 pixels. There we go. And then this one. Where's the body? Body. And then you gotta move it down 4 pixels. Like that. And now we can position the tail. Ah! 5 minutes. Stop defending the robots. Hey. I just think the kid from the Clanker Faker. First of all, bye, Layden. Second of all, come on, man. Come on. Come on, Sasquatch. Work with me here. Ah! I can't turn the tail much more than that. There we go. Okay, that looks not correct. That's better. And can't direct my hate away. I'll continue to hate them, but not in your chat. You know what? Fair enough. It works for me. Alright, there's our sleeping raccoon. With the horribly coordinated tail. Okay. It's funnier when you remember there's a video game character / series with the name Clank in it. Gosh dang it. Ah! Listen, God forbid I don't recognize productivity in hating on a group of things. It's like if you it's like if you made a slur for like not dark chocolate enjoyers, but just dark chocolate itself, you know? just like you are calling the dark chocolate like consumable food a slur. Anyway, here's the sleepy animations. I'm glad we completed an animation talking about this. Anyway. Next, I'm gonna be real with you. See, like furries, you don't hate because you hate because it's funny to a point. See, you just better not hate on a furry to their face. I mean, for like obviously, right? But also, They're people too. There's nothing wrong with them. They just like to dress a certain way. And that's perfectly fine. And they might be attracted to people who dress that certain way, but to be fair, everybody is attracted to people who dress in a certain way, to my knowledge. So I don't see anything inherently wrong with it. Yeah, don't mess with furries. Those guys will rip you to shreds. Yeah, they've got claws. Sorry, that feels mean-spirited when I said that. I don't mean that. I don't like people who are different. Wow. You can't say that. Surprisingly very well built. Real. Alright. If there's any furries in chat, y'all gotta make a fursuit of this guy so that it'll gain popularity and then more people will come to my stream because this is where it originated from. And then we can reach Twitch affiliate. You know? Yeah. Excuse me. Rector dot hello dot physical, and then we got rector dot special, and then we've got rector dot status. And then we move them all up here. So much. Anyway, time to go. It was nice visiting. Glad to see progress is going well. Thank you, thank you. It was nice of you to stop by. Actress.physical. We had a special. Special. And then we gotta make actress.status. Actress.status. Status. Alright. Man, the physical attacks are always the most annoying ones, I swear. Let's see here. First of all, we need to get these all working. Boop. 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 There we go. Now, the question remains, do we just make them remain the same type of animation as Mascudon, or do we variate a little bit? I vote to keep them the same as Mascudon. Except for the physical one. I'm gonna change the physical one. Not like that. Hello, hi. How do you pronounce your name? I'm not gonna try and pronounce it because that's a strange, well, no, I say strange in an endearing way. Say Gabo. Soy Gabo. Hola, soy Gabo. Nice to meet you. How are you doing today? Did a stream and just got off. Nice, nice. What were you streaming? Okay, hold on. Yep. You live into with a friend? What game was it? I'm curious. Got like 8 concurrent viewers at one point. It was crazy. That is crazy. Minecraft? Nice, nice. 8 concurrent viewers on Twitch especially is crazy, dude. I wish I could get that on Twitch. Although that's not putting anything against the YouTube viewers. I still also very much appreciate the YouTube viewers. Shout out to them. You're a Minecraft designer. I guess kind of you could call me a Minecraft designer. I mostly started this project for fun. But if it makes me a designer, then I'm not gonna complain, you know? That's actually pretty good. Look at that. Oh, Gubbo on YouTube. Hi. The first time we've had a chatter in both chats at the same time. Although YouTube chat doesn't appear on stream because that's against Twitch TOS to merge the chats together, which sucks, but it is how it is, and I compromised the best way I could. So it's what we're working with. Crazy, I know. What is this, Fakeamon project? Yes, it is a project that I started several years ago. Back in good old 2018. Back then, it was not meant to be a Minecraft project because Cobblemon didn't exist back then. It was originally supposed to be its own fan game, but then people I was working with realized that nobody knew how to code. So I ended up halting progress on that. But we still had like a ton of Fakeamon designs that we wanted to do something with. So I'm just like, I'm gonna put them in Blockbench. And I'm gonna make them Cobblemon Addon because you can do that. So that's what I did. And the first version of this add-on is actually available on Modrinth. I linked it in the description. With all that being said, though, that's not the thing I want to animate. There we go. So we'll go down like that, and then I'll probably jump up a little bit and then bite. That's at least what I'm thinking, you know? Question is, how am I going to make it smooth when the pivot point for the body is here? I'm thinking I'm not gonna move it that far. Probably like that much. Barbekion looks fire. Thank you, thank you. I designed him myself. Because I did start this project with a couple other people who wish to remain anonymous. But I personally made Barbekion. Wait, why am I editing the root? Am I dumb? Yes. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, I am but dumb. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. One step closer to affiliate, you know what I mean? Whoop. Why is this? Okay, I don't understand what's wrong with these back legs. Are they like rotated something? Like weird or something? Why are they like this? Hold on. 0, 0, negative. And wow, look how easy that was. And then I'm gonna do the same for this leg. Boop. Boop. How far back is this rotated? 25? Okay. 25. 25. 25. 25. It's fine if they disconnect a little bit. It's only gonna be like that for a second. Now we gotta get it to line up with the body. That's already a good start. What the heck? You got potential to be a great streamer, not going. Thank you! I appreciate that. Gotta head off for now. Alright. Thank you for stopping by and following. I very much appreciate it. See you around. Like that, maybe? Oh, that's almost perfect. That is perfect. Holy crap. Look at that! Look at that! Right, I messed it up. Whoop. That works. That works, chat. That works. Let's go. And then we just gotta loop it back around. And I think that pretty much does it for that movement. We can smooth it out later. Next for the head. He goes. Like that, kind of, I guess. You know? I'm gonna smoothen this out now, actually. Bum 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 bum. Hello. That works. I can just get rid of this. I don't even need this. Copy and paste for the other leg because they're the same. Ooh, that's good actually. Hold on. Do the head. Do. That's rotation, right? Yeah. That works. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we just gotta fix all the like the jitteriness. Like that. Like that? Like that? Yeah, that works. That works. Looks cool, thank you. I think it also looks. We gotta do the front legs though. And the tail. Front legs should be easy though. It's just a quick up down. Like a like that. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. There we go. I can copy the rotation or like copy, paste. But this I gotta do separately because it is. There we go. Now do the mouth. There, and then there. And then, oh lord, okay. And then there. Ah! I didn't mean to click that. That was an accident. And then we make it Bezier. And then we make it Bezier. And then, oh god. Then we do that. Whoop. It's a little slow. Is that just me, or is it a little slow? It feels a little slow to me. Also, these two legs need to go back to this. Like that. Wait, no. I need to go back to this. Something's not right here. It's this. Alright. Boop. Oh, and also this. Why is this not right? Hello? Position, like that. I don't know why that was like that, but you know what? It works. I wish I could make the tail its own, like, stateful animation on top of everything else. But I don't know how to do that, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. You know? Because yeah, there's its battle idol, and then it. Yeah. Maybe it goes in a little bit, and then face blue smiling. I like how YouTube emotes are so just like they're so scuffed they don't even show up on my restream preview. They're just like so exclusive to YouTube. It's funny. That works for that though. We need them to be busier. Alright. And then we just do that for these ones. Ah! This. That. Like that. Like that. And this animation only plays once, so I don't need to worry about staggering them weirdly. I can just stagger them however I want. Yay! W for non-looping animations. And if you're curious, the reason I stagger them is it makes the motion of the tail look much flowier. And it just ends up looking a lot nicer when the keyframes are staggered like they are here. I'm sure there's a better way to do it that's less jank, because it does generate a lot of jank. But if there is a way to do that, I don't know it. So we just live with this, you know? And it works. It works. It does the job. Alright. Like that. Busier. And then we kind of just do this. There we go. See, look how flowy that tail looks. And then we can just take this animation and port it over to Rectress and it'll work. You know? Water. Make sure you hydrate, chat. This is your checkpoint. Yeah. Now he has an attacking animation. And then we can just move this over to here, I guess. Battle Idol. Which I guess the Battle Idol is the same for both of them, so I can just... Ale 4. Ale 3. Tail 2. And then tail 1. Okay. There's the tail movement. The tail movement is not nearly as drastic when you're just looking at it regularly. But since the whole model moves and stuff, it like really makes a difference. I just hope that it will translate nicely. Where's mouth? Mouth. So the thing about Raktress's battle idol is that it starts out with the mouth being open a little. And it also ends with the mouth being open a little bit. So we're gonna do that. Busier. Boop, boop. Kinda like that. Yeah. Now we do the legs. Leg 4 and leg 2 are gonna be the same. Boop, boop. And then leg 1 and leg 3 are going to be the same. Although I should probably leg 1 and leg 3. Probably copy them over separately. Like that. And then we do the head, I guess. Head. And then we do the body. And hopefully it lines up with this. We just gotta get the bodies, we just gotta get it to line up with that, you know? Okay, and then we just move it up a little bit. Okay. Duh! I forgot about it would move back. Okay, what is the positioning on this? Well, not that I would know. It just needs to be centered in the middle. Right? And then up 0.5. And then centered in the middle. And up 0.5. And then centered in the middle. And up 0.5. Oh lord, what happened to this? What happened here? Does that happen here too? Yeah, it does. Okay. You know what? That's fair. Easy fix. Boom. We have Raktor physical attack, and we have Raktress physical attack. And they both loop back to the beginning of their animation very nicely. Which is very good. Now for the status, I'm also going to do stateful for these guys, just because it is basically everything that we need in just a simple head animation. Boop. I should have copied and pasted these back. Wait, why? Okay. Chat, I'm dumb. We don't need to move them for stateful. How much open is your mouth? How much open? 4. Okay. We're gonna go here. we go. 1, 2, 4. Like that much. So it's... Oh lord, not that fast though, Jesus. Whoop. And then like this, and like that. That. Busier. And no, the mouth is not all I'm going to do. Before you ask, and now, I'm gonna do more. And they are gonna end up being different because it's just like the mouth positioning. You know? There. And then here. And then out there. And then here. And here. And then we make here. And then we make this. And then we make this one cool, like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like that. And the only reason it'll clip into the jaw like that is because of how the way stateful works. It won't actually do that in the real animation. Ah! Do you think the eyes should close as well? Maybe. 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 Just like a... Yeah, 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 yeah. We got the special attack. And then we're also going to make the tail do the wiggly wiggly. Where is this? Okay, I need this. I don't even know what I'm looking at here, but it works, I guess. Does it loop cleanly anywhere? I don't even know. I guess here. Like that, maybe? Why does it... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense, actually. What is that? What am I looking at here? Dude... Like, hello? What is any of this? We're going to just do that. And just fix it. And turn it into an actual sound wave. That's what they're screaming about. Except I might add another one of these guys. Like that. There we go. And just like that, we have our animation. And then Rector will be the same way, except he won't have to close his mouth. Where's mouth? Mouth. And then this doesn't have to open as wide. Like that. And then we need the tail 4. Alright. You know what, that works. Why is it down like... I don't understand. Whatever, we'll just use this. Whee! Yippee! And then fix it here. Yeah. It's like, come on, man, what is this? What am I looking at here? Alright, and then that. And then like that, and then like that, and then like... Hello? This. Sure. And we gotta get the head. Head. The head. Where's the head? The head. The head. Hello? There we go. Here, why is it? Hello? Oh, it's because I'm an idiot. Okay. Chat, it happened again. I'm a dum-dum. Please don't yell at me. There's Reactor's special attack. Well, and he will look like this when he's doing it, so it's fine. Now for the status, the last hard one of the stream. The last difficult one of the stream. Now what do we do for status, you might be thinking? It's a good question, I don't know. Probably the mic check again. But I want to do something like... I don't know. I have an idea for Reactress, actually. Hold on. We can make it different between the two. This is gonna be funny. Watch. Because in her battle idol, right? Her head's already kind of bobbing, right? I'm just like, what if we make the bobbing way more exaggerated? So for example, we would just do this. Boop. 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 Take the position. So this is the difficult part. Is this. Red position is back and forth. So let's kind of just, how do I want to do it? I guess I could just remake this wave. It's not difficult. Yeah, okay. Like, hold on. Like this? Oh god, not like that. No, okay. Like that. What happened? Hello? That's not what I wanted. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Like this. Right? And then we make it busier. I fix the middle ones. Like that. And then for the rotation, okay. Rotation should be easy. Right? Yeah. And then we make it busier. Y'all know the drill by now. Kind of just like that. Boop, boop, boop. And then we take this. Boop, staggered successfully. And we do that. And then we fix this. Oh my god. Like that. I think we need to stagger it the other way though. Hold on. Maybe? I don't know. Actually, I don't think we do. I don't think we do need to. I'm just vibing with it. Living with it. Just vibing. Just living with it. Just living with the vibing. So the status is just this for actress, which I think it's funny. It's like, yeah. For Rector, we can come up with something else. But there's Rectress's status, which I think is very nice. Does anybody know what this music is from? It's so familiar. It feels like something from like Sword and Shield, or like Scarvio, but I don't know what it is. Actually, what am I talking about? I can just check. It is from Scarvio. It's the north area from Scarvio. Odd. Okay. Yeah, okay. We got Raktress grooving out. Having a good time. For Raktor. Raktor, we could just have him go like shaking. I almost just kicked the power switch to my PC. That would have been real bad. I'm gonna steal this. Copy, paste. Um, I don't know why it has to do that. What if I just like take the red? And just move them all down here. There we go. So we copy that and we put it there. There we go. And then he'll just shake 3 that way. One, 2, 1, 3. Like that. And then we just kind of 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. That's too much. Okay. What if I do this instead? 4. 1. That. What did I do? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move all the blues down to like here. And then all those to there. And there we go. And then we can make that stateful. Alright. All that is left is the recoil, and then we can see if we're done. Okay. Reactor.recoil. The recoil's the easiest one, which is awesome. Let me do recoil for Rectress. Nope, Rectress. Recoil. Play. Like that. So much work for this little guy. But it's all gonna be worth it, you know? It's all gonna be worth it, Crimson Raptor. Just you wait. Bring up all animators, please. Head and body. I need head. Then head. Boom. Then we need body. Body. And most people are gonna get them in Insta, put them in the PC. But hey, the real ones will stop and realize that, wait, all of these have love put into them. And also, I kind of want the Route 1 starter to be semi-viable later on, so it's actually, when it evolves, it becomes a normal fairy type, which is very neat. And it gets like, Play Rough as Rector, and then it gets Dazzling Gleam as Rectress. Give me the blink, Jarvis. Jarvis, pull up the blink animation. That's not what I wanted. Jarvis, bring up all animators. Cool, yeah. It is cool. Where's my recoil? There it is. I'm just gonna do this actually. In Cobblemon have a thing where you can have your party Pokemon out, but not in your party. Like a pasture block, I think what you're thinking of. Yeah, you can do that. I think what you're thinking of is the pasture block. Ow. There's the recoil. And then we'll do the same for Rectress. Bring up all animator Jarvis. Ew. 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 There we go. Yeah, 70. Yeah, 70. Is that my creator code to unlock a free shiny Mascudon in game? I would most likely put them there just so they can wander. Yeah. I hope, okay, I hope they would give more use to the pasture block, because while it is cool for like showcasing your mons, it doesn't really have much use beyond that. So I wonder if they could give it some functionality to make it more incentivized to like add to your build. You know what I mean? Like 2 AM, you should. 2 AM where you are? Dang. Dang. I mean, granted, I'm gonna be up at 2 AM where I live, but you know how it'd be like that. I go to bed at like 3 in the morning. It works for me, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. Maybe give them interesting animations. Hey, hey. Oh, you're talking about the pasture block. Something, I don't know. Surely you're not saying my Pokemon should have interesting animations that only play in the like. That would be neat. It would make a whole lot of more work for me, but it'd be neat. I could also give all these mons like quirks and stuff. Quirks and stuff. Quirks and stuff. But I don't know what that entails. Yeah, I thought I figured. I'm just like, huh. My chatter is roasting me already. I see how it is. But anyway, onto the coding overlay. Whee! Yay! I get to open like 5 more files. Yippee! 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 Let's open the data files first, honestly. They're the easiest. Rector. Rectress. We're just gonna take the, Also, can I just say, I think it is very cool how you can say can sleep, will sleep on bed. First of all, I'm gonna make Mascudon true for that. Will sleep on a bed. But then you can set the light level for when he sleeps. So if you set the light level to like really high, it could make it so that they sleep during the daytime. Although this is my personal opinion, giving mons two separate blocks for their body, it really allows you to get more fluid movements. Yeah, and I did do that for a couple of like the bigger mons, but for the medium-sized ones, I kind of just stuck to one torso part. I might change that though for later designs because I have a lot planned. Like I've put so much work into planning stuff for these streams. It's kind of crazy. A lot of stuff to keep in mind, like not just the Blockbench stuff, not just like having something to design, but also just like the art for the screen, the thumbnails and stuff, the shorts that I make. I really want to promote it as much as possible with as much different stuff as possible. You know what I mean? I think I've been doing okay with that. And I'd like to keep up what I got going on if possible. You know? Behavior. Here. Whoop. Wonder if I'll have fossil Pokemon. I wonder if I'll have fossil Pokemon. Of course, to actually make the fossils, you'd need an actual mod, which I can't do yet. Emphasis on yet. But I might have something. I might have something in the works for fossils, maybe, just a little bit, just a little bit. I'll run these through a JSON checker. Valid. Valid. Okay, cool, nice. So the data pack side should be working. That is the wrong folder. Playing coy. I just don't want to spoil it because that wouldn't be as fun. You know what I mean? Poser files. I love poser files. There they are. We're gonna close these ones. We're gonna go back to here. We're gonna take the animations. Copy. I see. Yes. It'd be no fun for the viewing experience if I just told you all the Pokemon right off the bat, you know? I mean, knowing you're gonna do some, and knowing they will be are very different. Knowing what they will be. Knowing that you're gonna do some and knowing what they will be are very different. True. I will neither confirm nor deny the existence of a so-called fossil Pokemon. Ay, ay, ay! Ay, ay, ay! There we go. And then we just change all the names. Like that. And then... that. And like that. Okay. What if the data pack stuff works with the Pokédex? It does not yet. It does not. I don't believe that custom mons will show up in the Pokédex without like an actual mod, which is unfortunate, but it is the way it is, so I can't really do much about it. Let me pull up Minecraft so y'all can see that. My bad. Ba-doom. 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 Let's put that in there. Boop. And let's change the data pack once again, because we did update the canned sleep stuff. Copy. Paste. And we go back to here, back to here, back to here. Boop. And we do a quick reload 1, 2. Oh god, okay. Okay, okay. We're gonna uh-oh. Well, something went wrong. I'll tell you what went wrong. I didn't enable the resource pack. That's what happened. Guys, I figured it out. I didn't turn the game on. Then we reload. And then we save and quit, and we reopen the game. And then we got both of these guys. You know what I just realized? Y'all couldn't hear the game. I think. Nope, you could. Okay, never mind. Never mind, y'all could hear the game. Wonder if you'll try to add custom sounds to them. See, here's the thing. They already have them. They already have custom sounds. I have custom sounds for a few of the fake mon. I don't have them for all of them, and I'm going to need to make them eventually, and I'm going to make them off stream because I make them in a browser application, which I can't show on stream because I don't want to dox myself with using a browser. But let's pit these two against each other, see their animations in action. Alright. Chris level equals 20. That's not what I wanted. Which? Okay, there we go. Oh, they did an encore. Twitch browser thing. It's called, I don't actually remember what it's called. Quick. It's called crap, I don't actually have it bookmarked anymore because I last used it on my old PC like a few years ago. I don't remember what it's called, but it allows you to take the Pokemon cries from original Red and Blue and make your own cries from them. And it's just a thing in your browser. It's like a website. I don't remember what it's called. But it does exist. Can confirm. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. Just noticed. Chat, just noticed. You know what I just noticed? I didn't make Raktor's thing stateful. Stateful. I'd have to use that for your own. Yeah, it's super nice. It's like, it's a little complicated because you're just like typing numbers into a text box and those numbers become the sound because it's like really old school. But it's super useful, and I made a lot of custom Pokemon cries with it. It just takes some getting used to, you know? Re-add the resource pack. Re-add the resource pack. Add the resource pack. Gotta re-add the resource pack. Beep. Boop. Whoop. Boop. Boop. My music just lagged on my end. I don't know if it did for stream. Alright, now it should work. Now it should work. Dude, Raktress just keeps dancing. What? Oh, I thought Raktor got way bigger for a second. He didn't. He just moved. From the perspective I was at, it looked like he just grew to immense size. I was kind of terrified. Status, we're just gonna take his body position and just remove it entirely. Ah! I clicked on the thing again. Eyes. We're just actually going to remove all of the animators. Besides the head and the body. Okay, I might have to... change this. Whoop. Yeah. Like that, maybe? Or maybe just like, hold on. Like that. Move all this down. That works. I'm not redoing the entire shake. Bro wants to fly. He does! Luckily, next stream we will be working on a flying Pokemon, hopefully. If everything goes to plan. Let's see. Here again, go back here, go back here. I always do this with the stateful animations. I just like mess them up royally. And then don't notice. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Does it work now? Raktress is jamming. Raktor kinda did his thing. Hold on, wait for it. It's a little bit jank, honestly. I might make it slower. Anyway, disarming voice. What was this blink right there? Did y'all see that? Stop encoring me. I guess it kind of works. I guess what I can do is I can just kind of... Can I stop being encored? Thank you. Okay. I guess what I can do is I can just take this. I can make a new thing like that. Whoop. 3. And then just make it smooth. Like this. And then that will be much more noticeable in the actual pack. Whoop. Back here again. There's a lot of trial and error when it comes to this stuff, but that's okay. It's all content. Alright. Do your thing, Reactor. Oh, come on. I got disarmed. I got encored again. Run it back. We're running it back. Come here. Come here. Run it back. Don't echoed voice me, that does a lot. Okay, that works. Rest. We gotta rest. And we already know the special attack works, so that's good. Ah, let me run, please. Let me run, please, thank you. Teach this guy a physical move. Scratch is gonna have to work. Same for you, miss. Gonna scratch. Echoed voice. You can have disarming voice. And then teach me 3 rest. Normally they can't learn rest, but I can circumvent that. Make sure everything else is working. Don't yell at me. It is a little slow with the physical move, but I think that's fine. Let's switch to Reactor. Test out these animations. Let's try physical move. That out. It works. Let's rest. Sleep. Okay. All of the animations work. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You're done. You're done. You're done. I've won once again. Alright, 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 chat. Alright, chat. Alright, chat. Alright. So, with that all done, that is going to do it for today's stream, I think. If you enjoyed what you watched, and you're on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're on Twitch, you should follow my channel on Twitch. And if you're not on Twitch, you should come to my Twitch and follow me on Twitch. Because that's a good idea, and it helps support me. Once the stream ends, the VOD will be available on my YouTube channel as a VOD. You should also, if you're interested in the mods that I make, I have a short series where I go over each individual Fakemon that I create and give a few details about them. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check that out as well. With all that being said, I want to thank everybody who stopped in today to chat or just to listen, lurk. We enjoy lurkers here too. And next stream is going to be on Monday, and it's going to be a special stream because we are going to be designing, we are actually going to be modeling a Fakemon next stream, not just animating one. We're going to be modeling and texturing a Fakemon next stream, and it's going to be very nice. And I have like reference material already, and it's going to be a cool stream, I think. So look forward to that. But until then, I am logging off for the weekend. So bye bye, bye bye. See you around. Amazing stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.